I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. That's why I ran my my beats intro twice. So I'm ready now. I'm ready now. Hi, folks. Thanks for checking in. I am Sacred Rights. Thanks for checking in to Get Rich 101. I am the survivor of a hemorrhagic stroke, and that's one of the bad boy strokes. One of the bad boy strokes there is. If you want to find out more about me talking about my strokes, you can check out any of my speeches. And I want to give thanks to B King and Reverend Mel and all my advisors and my mom for making this list, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing this list that my mom gave me. So thanks, Mom. And now we're going to get into our presentation. Our presentation this day is something we do every Wednesday. And now let's give it a drum roll and let's get it started.
Hey, good day.
Hey, Mel.
Hey,
Mm,
how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
I would do a sip of water as well.
So what we're going to talk about was dictated to us yesterday, because on your show yesterday we got someone who said I sold all my stock yesterday. Before you know it, messes it all up. Wait a minute. I sold all my stock yesterday. Before you know who messes it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what we're
All
going to talk
right.
about today. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, do you have any knee-jerk reactions?
I don't have any knee-jerk reactions. I think my response to that is, we look at history, and throughout history, stocks have plummeted and then rallied. I think about the what was that, 2008?
Yeah,
The
2008. 2008.
the
Yeah.
the what did they call it? The silicon
I don't
bubble
remember what they
burst.
call it, but yeah, but there was a bubble first.
Yeah, the tech bubble burst.
Yes, tech bubble.
And many investors lost a lot of money. And then it rebounded. It took some time. But I think the thing about the stock market is that we're in it for the long haul. We're
Okay,
in it for the long haul.
I just want you to repeat that again. We're in it for the long haul. The long haul. That's it. That's it. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say.
because it's always going to be like this.
Yes.
So you could call it the Silicon Valley bubble. You could call it the housing bubble. You could
Yes.
call it, the cuckoo bubble, which
Yes.
is what we're in right now. I call it the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs bubble.
Okay. That's hilarious.
And this too shall pass.
Yeah.
This too shall pass. So that doesn't mean that you don't look at your investments and maybe do some things to protect your investments. But I don't know about selling all of my stocks and then doing what? Putting it under my mattress? Like I'm not sure.
Exactly. Where's that money going? Where
Right.
is that money going?
Because
So
I know in Melissa universe, if
yeah.
I cash out and I have all that cash,
Mm-hmm.
that cash is gonna be gone. I'm just keeping it real, y'all.
Exactly. Same thing for my cash. Once it gets converted to cash, it gets really dangerous. It gets really dangerous. Stuff starts disappearing. Pots of money vanish. It's very scary. It's very scary. So the best that I keep it over in Charles Schwab. Now, I gotta tell you, when I saw the comment, I was like, and Fee had me look it up. Look it up and see what the experts are saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked it up and I did a little googling last night, and I found you know what I found people were reacting in fear. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
found. People are reacting in fear, and that's the same thing that you were just saying in a much more gentle way. Gentle way, all right? Because I had to tune it off after one search. I had to check out after one search because I was getting fearful. I was like, oh no, now I have to push this away. I did one search. I got the results. I said, nope, that's it, right? And what I discovered is that the fear is ever present. The
Mm.
fear is ever present, and this reminds me of psychology, the psychology of money. This is the book, and how he talks about how how you think money is about pluses and minuses, right? That's what you think, but
Mm-hmm.
really it's about how you interact with the money. It's not about
Mm-hmm.
you knowing the deal. It's about you knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I'm saying it right, I'm trying. I'm trying. But that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I remember when the 2008 bubble happened, and I was working at an organization, a nonprofit that had an endowment. And I remember probably the endowment got hit because the endowment was in the stock market. It was, earning, compounding. And I want to say the endowment took like probably a 40% hit, a loss,
Mm,
which was significant. And we're
yes.
talking millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And it was significant. And it did have an impact on the organization
Right.
because, things that were planned based on the interests that we would use from the investments to do programming, there was less of it available. And so we had to make some decisions about um, what was now a priority and what wasn't. And it took a while for the organization to recover from that hit. And one, I'll never forget what the CEO said at the time.
Mm,
She said, moving forward, we will have a reserve that's separate and apart from the endowment. So our reserve is our emergency fund, right?
okay. Okay.
So because if we had that reserve, we could have used that reserve to continue to do the programming that we had planned.
Mm-mm.
But all we had grants and, money that we got from the city, state, and federal level. But we also would use a percentage of the interest from the endowment to support the organization. So we never touched the principal,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a percentage of the endowment earnings that we would use. So that was the lesson. And I remember her sharing that at a board meeting. And I also remember her saying, because the board was heavily male, the board chair was male, it was very male, and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to do that.
Right. They didn't
They
want to do that.
didn't No, they did not wanna do that. They
Why?
did not wanna do that. Um, in a word, sexism. They didn't
Oh,
come up with the idea,
okay. Okay. Okay.
that kinda thing.
Right.
But she didn't let that stop her. She still started doing that,
Right.
you know? And, um, and that became our emergency fund for the
Mm,
organization, that
wow.
reserve,
And they
you know?
took a piece of your own earnings, right? Like
It took a piece of the endowment earnings.
endowment earnings. Okay.
Yeah. So it was nothing to do with the employees and their retirement plans. This was totally the endowment of the organization. So let's move on because most of us don't have
Yeah,
individual endowments, which would
that's
translate
incredible.
into
That's incredible.
a trust fund,
Yeah,
right? The individual endowments are a trust fund. Most of us don't have a trust fund.
right.
So what I'm doing is I want to have a conversation with our financial advisor
Yes, yes.
and
Our financial
see,
advisor.
yes, and see what refiguring, we may need to do to protect um to protect my money. Because it is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. There's no denying it that it
Yeah,
is, you know.
yeah.
So what I'm not gonna do is cash out all my
Definitely not.
I'm not doing
Definitely
that.
not. Because what? Let me see. I'm gonna put this up. So Fee King from the kitchen is texting me this, and she wants to know, what do people do with the money? They roll into another vehicle, bonds, IRA, 401k, certificates, etc. So my answer is, I'm not running that risk. I'm not putting it into cash and then putting in with the idea of putting it into something else. Because just that little bit of time in my bank account is dangerous. It's dangerous. And so I'm leaving it in its place. Right.
Well, the thing is, I remember when the bubble happened and the organization had a financial advisor for employees, and we had him come in to talk about, what individuals should do. And one of the things he said, I'm remembering now, is you could put a percentage of your portfolio in cash, but it doesn't leave your account. So it's not like you get cash that
Right. Right.
that you now have access to. So your portfolio could be varied, right,
Mhm.
with different stocks and also cash.
Right.
So just like you can have bonds as part of your portfolio, you can have stocks as part of your portfolio, you could also have cash as part of your portfolio. And I
Yes.
do remember rejigging the percentages,
Right.
him advising to rejigger the percentages so that there was more cash um, than before, just in case.
Now that you say that, I remember it too.
Mm.
And once that money is set aside over in the Charles Schwab universe, it stays over in that universe. Like it
Mhm.
becomes cash, right? But for me, even if I trade it out and it becomes cash over here, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because I start taking that money and pulling it over here and doing something with it. So it's best for me to leave it involved and leave it invest leave it
Mhm.
invested over here. So yeah, I think that's the best thing. But you already said the real thing is that the stock market goes up and down, but it goes up and down like this, and it goes up, and
Mhm.
that's where you see it. And so, two quick examples. One, that thing with $10,000, you asked me to send you to your daughters. That the guy,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yes.
So basically, for those of you who are just joining us, I sent her a video of two two um, two men. I mean, it's the same guy, but on one side he's showing what would happen after $10,000 in over 50 years in a savings account, and the other side he's showing what $10,000 will do invested in stocks. And there's a
Mhm.
huge difference, right? And so there's that. And also, let me tell a personal story. I bought my brother Facebook stock, right? I bought him some Facebook stock. And then next time I saw him, he said he sold it. I was like, you what now? you, you sold it? He's like, yeah, they were getting crazy. And I was like, it doesn't matter what they're doing now. was what they're doing all the way out there, because that was just around the time they would change their name to Meta.
Oh, Meta.
Like,
Uh-huh.
Meta is, have you done your research on what Meta is and how Meta is going to go? And I was like, man, so I bought more, more Facebook stock. I bought more. I was like, listen, man, do not sell it this time. Do not sell it this time. Just hold it. I hope he's held it this time. I'm scared to ask, but I hope he's held it this time. But you have to divorce yourself from what's happening now and be able to project long term. And that's the thing that most of us don't have. Like, I didn't have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm thinking long term, long term, long term. And those of us that have had any small amount, like less than 10 grand, if you've got $1,000 or half a grand, $500, you got $100. When you got $100 in savings and $100 in stock market, you just watch it, and it's growing fast, and it's giving you a lot of money, Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that people need to know this is a decision you don't have to make on your own. Like, get
Yes.
financial
Oh my
advice.
goodness. And so wait a minute. Let me say this one thing. You must get a financial advisor. You must. That's lesson 101. Get a financial advisor, right? But you've got to avail yourself of him or her. You've got to avail yourself. You got to ask for information. Because I remember my dad and I called Bygrade, the guy you just talking about, called him because we were worried about Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was very popular, we was like, well, let's call him. He was like, nah. And that's it. Like, he's like, nah, we got this and this and this, but nah, you don't really want to, And so just him saying no was enough for us to be like, all right, now I'm not going to do that. And it doesn't matter whether he's right or wrong. It matters that you've got someone involved in the industry that's telling you about what you need to do.
Yeah.
And what he's telling people not right now is that people who have money are doing well because the current administration is after people who got money. If you got some money in Charles Schwab, like, you're part of the people. You are now part of the people. So yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, and I get because the fluctuation is great, right?
Yep.
And I didn't do any digging around. You just pick up stuff in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You just pick up stuff, and like you said, it was like there was I felt the energy of fear also.
Yes.
And I was like, nope, put that shield up of grace and mercy. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
And educate yourself. Like, don't make decisions about anything in your life without educating ourselves. Get the information from the people who are informed. And let us just say that Sekou nor I are financial advisors.
No, we are not.
We are not brokers.
We are not.
We are just sharing our opinion.
Yeah, that's right. And that's been great for us. That's been great for us, because it just helps to have someone that you can talk to that isn't your friend, isn't someone at the barbershop. Like, hey, brother, what you think? Like, you talking to somebody whose investment is in their education. And, and people, so I'll give you an example. Back to my brother. So I told him that it's going to take 3 years. I told him it's going to take 3 years before it thinned out and it started making money, right? He sold it in 3 months. 3 months. Right? And I was like, man, you gotta sell, you gotta trust. You gotta trust and believe. But that's what you have to do. You have to trust and believe. Trust and
Mhm.
believe. And once you get past 3 years, then you see what that $100 does. Because $100 is about the same, you know, it's designed to scare you. Right? For
Mhm.
3 years, it'd be like, oh, I don't know about that $100. But after three years, boom, it just goes skyrockets.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't skyrocket, it
Mm.
will you still would have more than you would have if you just put it in a bank account, in a savings account. You will still come out ahead.
Yes.
And even if it dips,
Yep. Yep.
at some point it's going to go back up. And if it doesn't, then we got bigger issues, people.
Yeah. We got bigger issues. We got big issues. Thankfully, so that reminds me of the pandemic
Mhm.
because that's when I started investing, right?
Mhm.
And I started investing at a time that was scary for everyone. But I saw the arrows go down of
Mhm.
everything arrows go down. But then I saw the S&P 500. I
Mhm.
talk about it all the time. It went like this, and then up beyond where it had been before, and
Mhm.
beyond anything. I was like, it was like a tiny little dip, and then went straight back up. And I was like, that is crazy. That is crazy. So to know that, all things being equal, we can't, we ain't got no magic crystal ball. But I'm saying that every time the market has taken a dip, it has come back stronger. It has come back
Mhm.
stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's where you want your money to go. You want your money to get stronger and stronger.
Yes. 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 But again, I want to stress
Yes, I want to
if you don't take anything else out from this show, get a financial advisor.
get a financial advisor. Like I know it's hard. I know it's hard because I was walking past this particular Charles Schwab for years. It's been there for years. I've been walking right past on the same street I live on, 46th
Mhm.
Street. I was like, and then I remember I saw it in my peripheral vision. And then I started looking at it. I was like, I wonder what they're doing there. I used to get up on the window. I wonder what they're doing there. I'm too scared to go in, but I wonder what they're doing there.
Mhm.
And then ultimately, I got feet together and we ran in there. We ran in there, came busting in there, and I mean, the fact that it's free. I mean, I must have stressed him so badly. It'd be free. I was like, listen, bro, just tell me how much it is. Just tell me how much it is. He was like, no, no, for real. Until he told me that they didn't take anything from us, I was like, wow, that's incredible. That's an
Mhm.
incredible offer. So
Mhm.
we reminding you guys, get a financial advisor. And what you can do is you can go to Charles Schwab. All you have to do is own a piece of Charles Schwab. So you can
Mhm.
just download the app and have it open, or go to them and say, hey, I opened this app. How do I make this go now? And that's it. You can put $1 in there, one
Yes.
dollar,
Yes.
a free advice.
Yes.
Done.
Yes. Yes. So, let's look to see if we have any comments.
Sounds like the objective is to be patient. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, probably faith.
Oh, faith, and
Faith
patience.
and patience. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
because
Yes.
you got to wait that. Well, to me, you got 3 years. To me, that's the way I choose to think about it. Have it rest, have it build up for 3 years.
Mhm. So, what is it that we're having faith and patience in?
We're having faith and patience in putting our money into an investment. Like
Mhm.
we're putting it aside into an investment because we can put stuff in the bank account all day. We can put stuff in the savings account all day. All of us have done that all our lives, right? None of us have gotten rich doing it, right? None of us got rich. No one said, "Oh, I saved up some more money. I saved up some money. I'm rich now." Like that. That doesn't work, right? But if you save that money, you save that money into an investment firm, like like as I keep saying, Charles Schwab. Then you can watch it grow and grow and grow and grow. And you got to have faith and patience, though. You got to have faith and patience.
Yes. And what is growing because the money is compounding, right?
Mm,
So it compounds at a greater rate than it would in a savings account.
yes.
So the money is working on your behalf.
Yes.
It's attracting more of itself to itself.
Yes. And that reminds me of the old chestnut. Unless you learn to get your money working without you. Oh wait, hold on. I think it's once you get oh shoot. Aphasia. Aphasia. Wait, one more time. So I think it's once you have your money working for you, once you have your money working for you, that's when you can retire. Like you have to have your money working
Working.
for you.
Mm.
And what happens is with Charles Schwab, you just put the money in there, and then next time you look, you're like, I made that much money. You're like, it's working on behalf of you to build you
Yes.
more.
Yeah. And on the because I want to give like reality.
Hmm.
Or you can go into your account and see that there's a loss
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
is dipped,
Yeah, yeah, right.
right? That's where the
My
faith and
brother.
the patience kicks in.
It's my brother.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where the faith and the patience kicks in. And so for me, I have faith that I live in an abundance. And that abundance is not the stock market.
Mm.
It's just another resource of many resources.
Hmm.
So that's where I keep my faith and practice the patience. And it makes me think about the illusion again. But
Mm.
I'll talk about that on on SIP. But
Okay.
that's where that's where my faith lies. That I am abundance, I am prosperous, and the stock market is a resource, a tool that is available for me to use.
Mm. Ashe. Ashe. Yeah, that's good. And we got to wrap up,
Mhm.
but let's just go back to the beginning. The
Yes.
beginning was we're responding to this person who is selling all her stock, and putting it away somewhere. And we're saying, don't do that. Don't do that. Talk to an investment advisor. That's what you do. What you do is for free, go talk to an investment advisor.
Mhm.
That's the best advice we can give you. Go talk to your investment advisor. If you don't have one, find one. Find one now.
Yes.
Find one
Yes.
now. I
Yes.
say.
Ashe. Ashe. All
Uh,
right.
all right, folks. Come check us out every Wednesday where we talk about something else. Something else. And check out my book. And remember that where's my thing? Here he is. Now is better than perfect. Now is
Now
better than
it's better than perfect.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe.
All right, see you later, Mel.
See you later.